go to New York City Council Minority Whip Joe Borelli, CRTV.com host Deneen Borelli, and radio show host Ben Kissel. All right, Deneen, let me start with you. This is really remarkable stuff because it wasn't just that Walmart is sharing the wealth per se, but they've expanded maternity leave, paid parental leave, and even a $5,000 bonus or help for folks their employees who are adopting kids.
This is amazing news to wake up to this morning, Charles. Walmart is one of 130 companies, over 130, that are touting the president's tax reform plan. You just rattle off the whole list of what Walmart is planning to do for their employees. And Americans are going to see more money in their pocket, more money for their families. I love Walmart. They provide goods and services that are cheap and affordable for hardworking Americans, for families. And this is proof to Americans that the tax plan is going to help all Americans, no matter where you stand politically.
Joe, it certainly belies the notion that this was a tax cut only for the rich. Okay, it's not just 130 companies. Now it's 2 million Americans and counting that are getting a direct, immediate benefit.
Right. These are real people. And the sad thing, I think, that's not being said right now is that Democrats woke up to this news, and I think they were a little upset. They were a little upset because Walmart, its shoppers, its employees, the notion of Walmart as an institution is the substance of what we think of as the middle class of America and people who live in the middle of America. These are people who the Democratic Party have staked their fortune in convincing that this tax plan wasn't for them, it's only for the rich. And now here we are seeing great things.
Ben?
I mean, I love Walmart just like everyone else who likes to get frozen shrimp and a machete in one go. But when it comes to Walmart being the main employer for 22 states in this country, they're putting a lot of mom and pops out of business. A lot of smaller businesses have been closed because Walmart comes through. They do have a devastating effect on a lot of industry in the middle of this country. And let's be a little bit rational here. They're spending $400 million on this $1,000 to eligible employees. They made almost $500 billion in 2016. It's nice, and I think it's a big deal to those individuals, and I'm not trying to diminish that, but you know.
Well, it does sound like you're trying to diminish it. And I think it's a canard to say that they put mom and pop out of business. In fact, I think it's the exact opposite. They're located in areas where mom and pop probably couldn't have a successful business. So it allows these people in those regions to go get those machetes and go get that frozen shrimp, because otherwise they would, between Walmart and Dollar General, there are hundreds of millions, there are literally tens of millions of Americans who would have access to none of that. So maybe they're providing a public service. And let's not forget, Walmart stock was under a tremendous amount of pressure just a year ago because of Amazon and so forth. People were wondering if this could still be the company that it was always going to be. So to count their money and to say they should be doing this and doing that, they were on survival watch just 12 months ago.
Yeah, sorry, I think it's too easy to say that they could have done more. I mean, certainly we all should hope people can do more for their employees. But, you know, this is a company that really, as you pointed out, answers a need. And more importantly, the things that the Democratic agenda has sort of pushed, paid family leave, wage increases, this is happening now without the legislation that Democrats told us they need. Entrust them with the government. They'll pass laws to do these things. It turns out if you unshackle some corporations, they will actually give back and they will benefit their employees.
But here's the thing. Democrats have a lot of explaining to do because they did not support the tax reform plan at all. And you're going to see those who are up for re-election, especially in the midterms, trying to explain why they didn't support it. And on the other hand, I'm having more money in my pocket for my family. They use the scare tactics, Nancy Pelosi, Armageddon. They're trying to scare their constituents where, in fact, we're looking at actual facts that are on the table.
Well, certainly for 2 million Americans, it wasn't Armageddon. It's not just Walmart, too, right? Today, Waste Management came out with a special bonus, $2,000 to every North American employee. We're talking about 34,000 folks here. Again, this is just... I mean, Ben, it's a lot of money to a lot of Americans.
It is.
I think it's a big mistake, particularly for politicians, to downplay just how impactful that could be to the average American family. I
completely agree. $1,000 is $1,000. We could all use it. And certainly when it comes to those individuals with families, 3 children at home, $1,000 goes a long way, especially if you're shopping at Walmart, which they know for a fact a lot of that money is going to go right back into their supermarkets and right back into their bottom line.
Sure. I mean, there's not, you know, that's what I guess what you would call a win-win. But again, it's better than a lose-lose. And it gets back to this tax reform, the messaging around it, the fair taxes. I think, Deneen, you hit on it. certainly were unfair. I mean, listen, we know that there's supposed to be loyal opposition on both sides of the political aisle, but there are occasionally times when you have to be honest. If you're not, reality is going to kick in. And I can tell you already, we're not even talking about this hitting people's paychecks.
Right.
Wait until February when people get their checks and say, whoa, I actually get to keep more of what I earned, and it makes me feel great.
Right, and that is why the left didn't support it, and they're still not going to support it. They don't want to give President Trump credit for anything, especially the progressive media as well. But again, it is about results. People are going to see actual results from the tax reform plan, and you can't deny what's there. You can't deny the facts as much as you want to.
But, it depends who the Republicans choose to run in these midterms. If they have a bunch of Sheriff Joe Arpaio's out there, this tax reform isn't really going to do them any favors because the Democrats will win.
So you think Sheriff Joe is going to lose? I mean, he
Absolutely.
just announced
Well,
he's already tied. He's already matching the Democrat who's been in politics there for a long time. I wouldn't write him off. I wouldn't write him off.
I think
just that
Alabama Arizona will be Alabama.
Well, here's the thing, though, Joe. Not to digress too far. I think any Republican running for office in the midterms will be able to hang their hat on the economy. Of course, we had this Quinnipiac poll out today. 66% saying the economy is excellent and/or good. For this particular poll, going back to 2001, it's by far the highest level ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Quinnipiac is a poll that traditionally has polled quite a few more Democrats than Republicans, and we're still seeing some positive numbers for Trump. I think the bigger picture, though, going into 2018 is, so February we're going to see some of these wage increases by the tax reform bill, but by September, October, you're going to have Democrats trying to tell actual people who got more money in their pocket that somehow this wasn't good for them. And that's a tough sell to the average Joe.
I think they're going to pivot, though, because I'm already seeing it. I don't think they're going to tell them it wasn't good for them. I think they're going to tell them what Ben has sort of been alluding to, that it could have been more.
Sure.
Right? In other words, because it's hard after a certain point. Can you really tell people, listen, you got a raise, you got a job, and you got a bonus? I feel bad for you. Vote for me.
But the left is running on impeach Trump, demonize Trump, discredit Trump. And again, the facts are there. And they're going to have a tough time trying to explain to their constituents why they didn't support this tax reform plan when, in fact, folks are seeing the actual effects, the benefits of more money in their pocket.
Although at this very moment, the Democrats poll better than Republicans in these generic polls.
And that is a testament to Donald Trump and how much people dislike him. If you went through the economic statistics of any president, you would assume that this dude or this woman was above 50%. He's still hovering in the mid-30s. That's a testament
the irony
to him.
to that, though, is when Barack Obama was reelected, he had some of the worst economic numbers in history for any incumbent to be reelected. So messaging may be a problem, but I think people's real lives, if they actually step in that voting booth and think about their circumstances, or as Ed Koch used to say, are you doing better now than you were when you first gave me a shot? So we'll see.
We were doing better after Obama's 8 years than we were when he first took office as well.